Hey everyone, so today we're going to be talking about inverse trig ratios, which are going to be used to help us find missing angles of a right triangle. So if we're looking at number 1 here, this is my missing angle, and they're going to give me two sides to work with. So here I have 15, which would be my opposite side, and I have 24, which would be my hypotenuse. Well, opposite and hypotenuse is going to be sine, but instead of using the regular sine function, we're going to use the inverse sine. And then we just need to put the ratio. Well, the opposite side was 15. The hypotenuse was 24. Well, if I put this into the calculator, inverse sine of 15 over 24, that would give me my answer. So let me plug that in real quick. We're going to say the inverse sine 15 over 24 is about 38.7 degrees. All right, so let's take a look at number 2. All right, so if we take a look at number 2, we're going to approach it the same way. So here's our angle, and then we have 11. So this side right here would be our hypotenuse, and 8 would be our adjacent side. So adjacent hypotenuse is going to be cosine. And since we're trying to find a missing angle, that's going to be the inverse cosine. So the inverse cosine of our adjacent over hypotenuse, so that's going to be 8 over 11. So the inverse cosine of 8 over 11 is going to give us approximately 43.3 degrees. All right, so you can see these are a little easier than having to find the missing side because we're not actually having to solve any sort of equation. So if we take a look at number 3, again, here's my angle I'm working with. Well, the easiest side for me to identify would be this one, and that's going to be the opposite. Well, then this 37 sometimes can be mistaken for the hypotenuse, but remember the hypotenuse would be opposite of the right angle, so this would be the hypotenuse. So what we have here is the adjacent side. So opposite and adjacent, that's going to be inverse tan. So inverse tan of the opposite side, which is 20, over the adjacent, which is 37. So 20 over 37, inverse tan 20 over 37 is going to give us about 28.4 degrees. All right, let's keep it moving. So number 4 here, there's my angle. Well, the easiest side here, again, is going to be this side. This would be the hypotenuse, opposite of the right angle, which means 18 is going to be my adjacent side. So adjacent over hypotenuse, that's going to be cosine, or inverse cosine here. Well, that's going to be the adjacent side, 18, over the hypotenuse of 23. So inverse cosine of 18 over 23 is going to be about 38.5. 38.5. All right, so we got two more. So looking at 5 here, again, here's my angle. Well, directly across is going to be my opposite side. And this 41 is going to be my hypotenuse. That's going to be opposite of my right angle. So this is going to be sine. So inverse sine. And that's going to be opposite over hypotenuse, which is going to be 40 over 41. So the inverse sine of 40 over 41 is going to give me about 77.3 degrees. Boom. All right, we got one more. Again, find the angle, figure out what two sides. So I have the opposite side here of 7, and 5 right here would be my adjacent side. So opposite, adjacent. Anytime I'm not dealing with the hypotenuse, that's going to be tangent. So inverse tan, 7/5. So what I see a lot of people do is do 5/7 because they don't like to see the improper fraction. Well, an improper fraction is okay when you're dealing with tan. If you're dealing with cosine and sine, you should never have an improper fraction because your hypotenuse should always be in the bottom, and that's your longest side, right? So inverse tan of 7/5 is going to be about 54.5. 54.5 degrees. Boom. All right. Well, if you found this video useful, leave a like and subscribe, and stay tuned. And the next one we'll do is going to be on elevation and depression. So hopefully we'll see you there, and I hope you found this video useful. See ya.